Live. Thank you so much to Azwi there from our Johannesburg studios. Now, the film industries in South Africa and Nigeria, one of the biggest industries on the continent. Now, the two industries decided to get together this week and exchange ideas. Let's talk about that with Echeki Mutsepo, who's the head of KZN, the KZN Film Commission, as well as Muhammad Ali Balugu. So, good morning, welcome, and ma'am, welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you very much.
What inspired the invitation to the Nigerian Film Commission?
Well, I think as you've just said, you know, we're the two largest economies on the continent. But in the area of film, we haven't really worked together. So last year, there was an African International Film Festival that took place in Calabar in Nigeria, where I was invited to be on the jury. And during that trip, really engaged with the industry in Nigeria. Mahmoud is someone that we've known for quite a long time. In South Africa, he's been coming here to, produce film and work with the South African industry. So we then had a discussion, to say that how can we bring a delegation through to South Africa, to Durban, and to have an engagement to see how we can co-produce content, co-distribute content, and co-finance content. So that conference really has been a fact-finding mission, where we shared information in the different areas to see how we can make our way forward and really start working together as industries.
So what came out of your visit here? What did you take away from the meetings of the two minds?
Yeah, well, what one got from it is that the meeting is long overdue. Nigerians have been coming here to do one form of content production or the other. And from what Jackie said, it's high time we came together to see where we can cooperate in those areas, in co-production, distribution, financing, and even at the festivals. We have our own African International Film Festival. You have the Durban International Film Festival. Those are platforms where we can expose whatever we're making. And we're hoping this will leverage the continent, to doing things together.
What for you are the biggest challenges facing the two industries, South Africa and Nigeria?
Right, I think the biggest problem, for instance, in Nigeria is in the area of finance and distribution. Finance in the sense that the Nigerian industry is built on private sector involvement. Whereas here in South Africa, there's a lot of encouragement from your government. But in terms of distribution, I think it's a global problem, or I would say an African problem. Nigeria will still, in spite of the hoopla concerning what we've done, our distribution is still a bit skewed. And that in South Africa also, particularly for South African films, is very skewed. So we're looking at areas where we can collaborate and see how we can fine-tune things and collaborate with each other and make these things work.
Jackie, what happens now after this meeting? You've exchanged ideas. Where to from here?
So we formed a task team comprising ourselves, Mahmoud, the two film festivals. So that task team is really going to drive a year plan where we're going to identify projects that we can do together, look at how we distribute the projects, how we finance the projects, and then look at the two platforms that we have, Durban International and African International Film Festivals, to exhibit the content. But really, we've got a plan of co-producing content together, shooting both here and in Nigeria. What
for you stood out of these two minds?
I think really it was long overdue, It really felt like this is something that should have been done a long time ago. There was a lot of information shared. We really got to understand each other because we had quite a few days to really go through a lot of issues. So from our side, we got a really good sense of how content is distributed in Nigeria. And also through the diaspora. So we saw lots of opportunities, for the distribution of content. And also on the finance side, we got to understand how the two funds work together, and then therefore opportunities of how we can actually structure the production and the finances behind the production. So it's really been positive, and we see a way forward.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, thank you so much for talking to us. Hope you enjoyed your stay in South Africa. All right, let's take a